This is Lady Malta. I really, really hate the way I look while I'm talking. So I've recorded myself doing nothing, and then I'm going to put this audio over it. Let's see if that works. So, I'm supposed to answer these questions. My name is Trisha, even though I really don't like using that on LiveJournal for some weird reason. It's the same reason I don't normally put pictures of myself on LiveJournal, even though I'll put them on other forums or Facebook. It's just a layover from when I really first started using LiveJournal, and I did not want any of my real life to really seep into it. I still do not have anyone from my real life on my LiveJournal. And there's no way to get to my LiveJournal from any of my other social networking sites, like Facebook again. Although it'd be pretty easy to find me if you knew that my default screen name is Lady Malta, which everyone really does. So it's not a very good, not very much good planning there, but still. I'm 25 years old. I turned 25 December 27th. It's kind of a weird number because it's one of those round numbers that you're supposed to, something's supposed to happen on it, I suppose. When you turn 25, you can get a rental car. But other than that, it's just kind of one of those numbers that I've been dreading turning because I know I'm not going to feel any different, even though 25 is, I suppose, really the number when you turn into an adult. I felt that way about being 20, and I felt that way about being 18 as well, and again, I didn't feel like I changed at all. I don't feel like I've changed much since I was 16, other than, I suppose, I've become more independent and all those good things, but I don't feel like I feel I should, which I suppose no one ever does. Alright. Where am I from? I was born in a town called Nyack, New York, which is a few hours out of the city. I lived there, or in a nearby town called Pearl River, until I was 3 or 4 when we moved to Florida. So I was born in New York, and I grew up in a little town called Newport Richey, in the middle of nowhere in Florida, a little bit outside of Tampa. I'm actually always surprised when people know when I say Newport Richey. I usually say Tampa because I think people would know it better. But people actually seem to know Newport Richey, which I think is partially due to its proximity to Tampa and partially due to different cultural things that go on there, which aren't really very cultural, but I suppose they draw in a lot of tourists. There's good parks and a few beaches, and there's beaches everywhere in Florida. You can't be more than half an hour away from a beach in Florida, not counting for taste, of course. Anyway, I'm not in New York or Florida anymore. I moved, literally the day I graduated from high school, I moved to Massachusetts, which is where I am now, western Massachusetts in the Berkshires. I try not to really get any more specific with where I live. Again, another one of those really poor planning kind of ways I like to imagine keeps me safe from you weirdos. So yeah, I live in Massachusetts. It's really nice here. I love it. There's mountains and there's snow and there's leaves changing. Most of my family, the people that I grew up with anyway, are still in Florida. And I don't get to see them very often, which is sad, but it's also healthy. And I don't think I would be the person I am right now if I was still with them, which is not a very nice thing to say, but true. What's the time? It is 7:31. I'm waiting for the Olympics to come on. I think it's women's ice skating tonight, which is always fun to watch. I have no idea what they've done to the scoring system in ice skating and ice dancing. I used to be able to watch and be able to say, oh, they're going to win, or oh, they suck, they're not going to win. And I've been wrong on pretty much every time. Johnny Weir got 6th place, and those crazy Russian assholes got 3rd. So, I'm just watching because it's pretty much, even though it makes me angry. What am I wearing? I'm wearing my awesome red Mushu shirt, which has a Chinese dragon on it. You can kind of see it in the video when I move. You can see its tail on the shoulder. It's got a nice little cut in the neck. You can see my cleavage, but not too much because I'm not a whore. I'm also wearing my extremely awesome Halloween bat pajama pants. They're very comfortable and they have a pocket. It's not something you see often in pajama pants, or at least a functional pocket. They're getting kind of ratty and have holes in them, but they're my favorite. One of my favorites. I'm also wearing my authentic, that has air quotes that you cannot see, authentic Captain Jack Sparrow head kerchief scarf thingy. I had to buy 2 large boxes of Eggo waffles and send in $1.99 to get it. It was worth it. It's nice and big and it's made of pretty good material, even though it doesn't look anything like Jack Sparrow's head scarf. I still like it, and I like being able to stay authentic with air quotes. What is the last thing I listened to? That would be Ren Geek's version of this, even though I didn't watch it. I listened to most of it. I didn't comment on it because I suck and I don't comment on things often enough. What's the last thing I ate? I ate a sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant and medium mocha latte. Oh, and a glazed donut from Dunkin' Donuts. All from them. It snowed like a bitch today, so I walked over to Dunkin' Donuts to get some coffee, and they gave me some free donuts because they were closing early. So that was pretty awesome. If this goes on for long enough, I think you can see me drinking my latte. What is the last thing I watched on TV? That would be last night's Craig Ferguson show, because he promised us on Twitter, and part of the robot skeleton army in the volcano space. He promised us on Twitter he would do a sexy dance, and he did. And then I watched the rest of the show, even though I didn't know any of the guests. Saka Posey is one strange lady. And then there was another guy that I still really don't know what he does. I like the Craig Ferguson show because it's completely irrelevant, or irreverent, and it's funny, and he has a Scottish accent, which helps immensely. Plus it's funny. What's my favorite TV show and why? I have many, many favorite TV shows, and right now I'm focused on Criminal Minds and Bones because I'm just getting into them and they're airing. I was really into Heroes for a bit, but that's over now, so that's kind of waning. What's been my favorite show for the past few years is Doctor Who, which has been on the down. My interest in that is kind of waning as well, not just because it's not airing, but that's a big part of it. It hasn't been airing really for about a year or longer. A year and a half, I think. But, so that really long hiatus kind of made my interest plummet. And a lot of things on that are just happening that I just really, really don't like. And I know a lot of you listening, watching, agree with me. And maybe a few of you don't. I don't know if most of you even watch it. I know that a good portion of you do. And you know my views on it already, so I'm not going to talk about that. Let me just list a few shows, I guess. I watch Castle, Heroes, Criminal Minds, Bones, Dexter, Project Runway. I don't watch a lot of reality TV, but I really like stuff like Project Runway and Chopped, and Extreme Homemaker, I can't talk. I cannot talk for 10 minutes without fucking something up. Extreme Home